people. So they built the Great Wall in the north area, try to keep the Mongolian people out. And in every city built a wall, and just for safety reason. Yeah, safety reason. So most of the Asian city it left the city wall, but today in Beijing have some piece of the city wall. Most of the broken Xi'an city wall survived because Xi'an has a good location, good feng shui. So no more war, no more battle, no more war, no more war. No, yeah, even during World War II, yeah, no many wars here. Yeah, so this city was survived, preserved well. But most of the today in China, I say you can't see city wall anymore. Just but the Xi'an, except for the Xi'an, you can see the city wall. And during the Ming Dynasty, the city was built from 1374 to the 1378 at the very beginning of the Ming Dynasty. Ming Dynasty from the 1368 to the 1644, the second last dynasty of the China. So the first emperor of the Ming Dynasty, he was born in a very poor family. Very poor family, is not a royal family. So later he took part in the rebellion against the Yuan Dynasty. Yuan Dynasty is founded by the Genghis Khan. And so it's a minority nationalist government. So Han people against him. So Zhu Yuanzhang, the first emperor of the Ming Dynasty, led his troops against him. So later, he and his troops he conquered most of the land of the China. And that time China before found of the Ming Dynasty. This emperor, Zhu Yuanzhang, first emperor of Ming Dynasty, named Zhu Yuanzhang. He wanted to give the name of the title of the emperors, but his friend suggested him, don't give this title. If you give this title, a lot of people against you because you was born in a very poor family. Dragon blood, royal, So Zhu Yuanzhang, adopted his friend's suggestion. So he had the city wall built all over the China. So when he finished the unification, Chinese unification, so gives this title emperor. So Xi'an city wall built under this situation. So in ancient time, how to defend the enemy? The city was function. We will climb on the east main gate. I will give you a brief introduction about the city wall. So this city will preserve the most perfect way in China. It has about 8 miles in circle, exactly 13.7 kilometers. Okay, this is the South Main Gate. South Main Gate just not passed by the West Main Gate. South Main Gate. But we do now what it looks like, East Main Gate. Originally, each main gate, there are 4 main gates of this city wall. City was rectangular shape. Each side there's main gate. And in each main gate, there are 3 towers. In the front is a bridge tower, suspended the bridge on the moat. Second one is Archer's Tower. For the showing. So just when we passed by the West Main Gate, you see on the towers lots of windows. And so Archer's Tower for showing. So this time is still rush hour. Yeah. 8:30. Now it's 8:45. Yeah, almost 50. So every morning, from the 6 o'clock to the 7 o'clock, most of the students push the bus, rush to the bus. After 7 o'clock, it's workers, employers try to go to the office. Students go to school very early. They start their class 8 o'clock. Before that, they have the breakfast and do the morning exercises. So generally in China, students is early birds. They are early birds. If you get up, earlier on the street, you see that all the students is the book bank. So also the time you notice the Xi'an city is very straight. Because the city rebuilt on the site of the ancient palace. So it looks like a cosmic chessboard. Each street is very straight. So Xi'an city wall is provincial level, and there's another city wall preserved perfect in the Pingyao in Shanxi province, but that one is a county level. That city wall preserved most perfect. So even their court, office building, about a couple of 100 years ago, still survived. So like this gate is a side gate. It's a new opened later. So yesterday we visited that place inside of the museum of the stone tablets inside. You can see the moat surrounding city wall. Okay, remember what's the meaning of the Xi'an? Tell you. Okay, 2 minutes, too much things have been, have seen, so forgot. And Xi'an means west piece. Yeah. So just remember this time you lived nearby the starting point of the Silk Road, nearby the west gate of the city wall.
Jeff, who are these guys in the yellow hats?
Oh, that one. It's a traffic policeman assistant. They just control the passengers, follow the traffic
Pedestrians.
lights.
They're for pedestrians.
For that,
Pedestrians, the walkers.
yes, right. Yeah, right. Workers, yeah.
Pedestrians.
It's
Just a red flag.
So dirty, man.
Red flag.
Red flag. What does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean, red flag?
Red flag is a car's brand. Wrong.
Never heard of that before. It's a Chinese brand.
Yeah, Chinese brand.
A good cars and a good cars.
Yeah, car. Yeah.
No, good cars.
a good car.
Quality?
It's got good.
Guess the car.
1950s and
60s.
John，昨天晚上几点回来的？3点。
Okay, take a break. In a few minutes, we'll arrive at the East Main Gate. East Main Gate. So when we climb on it, maybe there's a guide introduce about the Archer's Tower and give you some of the demonstration and presentation presentation over there about so firstly listen his or her explanation. So after that walk around here. Also on it there's a bicycle rent, and there's a battery car rent. So we are going to stay over there about 1 hour. So if you'd like a rent or bicycle, so I mention you be careful. Yeah, be careful. Generally, no problem. I just afraid he got hurt. Get hurt. So do you know what's the tree both sides of the street? Tree. Sigma tree. Oligo. What is the name?
Sycamore.
I mean the tree. This tree. Like this tree.
Sycamore.
Sigma tree. Yes, sigma tree. And originally this tree, this tree came from France, And firstly, planted in Shanghai. It spread all over the China. Sigma tree. The origin not Chinese tree. So Xi'an city tree is a locust tree. Locust. Some guys in the locust. Okay, I will show you later. Especially plants I hear.
Locust tree.
Locust?
No.
Locust.
Right? Locust. Yeah, it's small leaves.
That's right, locust.
Yeah, locust, right? Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. I remember that, but sometimes the plants really, Yeah. Locust. Yeah. Looks like that.
Okay, looks like that, the small leaves of locust tree, yeah. So last night you must try the local taxi, right?
Yeah.
How about the service?
Use the rickshaw.
Rickshaw. Oh, you tried the rickshaw? Where?
From where you dropped us off, that area, took the motorcycle rickshaws.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's illegal,
Oh yeah?
It's illegal rickshaw.
It was fun.
So you notice the inside is a secondary road. The motor bicycle is done alone. It's forbidden. Motor bicycle. Still some guys motor bicycle nearby here.
Why don't the cops bust them? Cops don't bust them, huh?
Cops.
The cops don't arrest them? Police, they don't arrest them?
Oh no, just
But it's illegal.
kind of
Give them
tickets.
tickets.
Yeah, cops. Okay, cops. You see the cops.
Cops.
Yeah.
So do you know what's the emergency call in China?
611?
No. Emergency call in China. Police call, I mean.
611?
110. Yeah, 110.
So it's different.
110.
Yes, you said something was illegal. What was it? You said it was illegal.
Rickshaws.
Rickshaw.
Okay,
Yeah, and
yeah.
motor bicycle. Yeah,
Nick?
motor bicycle.
Motorbike.
Motor bicycle. Yeah, motor
Motorbike.
bicycle. Yeah.
Motorbike company.
Yeah, motorbike. Motorbike.
Yeah.
Motorbike.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, take a look at this side. People do the morning exercises. So many people every morning here dancing. I like this way. It's funny, you know. Hey, it's a local dancing. We have a young girl dancing, hold a red fan, and hold the you know, some red or yellow color strip. Dancing. Strip.
It's kind of cool. Man.
我们现在不开门了。不开门？哇，修呢？那你这晚也不行，那去南门算了。就这样。
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's an east main gate of the city wall.
That one?
Yeah, east main gate of the city wall.
It's closed.
It's closed. Closed. It's repairing. So that meant we are going. We just take a look. East main gate. Now we get the south main gate of the city wall.
昨天有没有给总门打电话？
没有，就打电话也不顶用啊。就打电话
知道了，我来了。
谁知道单机着？单机着就是。
从哪儿知道
Break out laughing. It's just like, yay! Without any hostile. Just totally, that's great, man. Hello! Fuck you!
从这边去。
下面。
I mean, I did think it was funny. Oh, what are you gonna do, man?
Okay, this side. Let's take a look. Follow our flank. Let's take the east main gate of the city wall. So why not the sparrow or duck pagoda? Just white goose pagoda. This pagoda. So I will tell some interesting story over there. Arrived over there. And this pagoda has 1,300 years old. It's located in the Ci'en Temple, Buddhist temple, Ci'en Temple. And Ci'en in Chinese means Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. And the third emperor of the Tang Dynasty, Li Zhi, when he was childhood, his mom died. You know, passed away. So later when he became the emperor, he missed his mom so much. So he had enlarged this temple enlarged, and they changed the name as a Thanksgiving Temple. So during the Tang Dynasty, this temple is a royal temple. About 3,000 monks serviced over there. But nowadays just left less 30 monks. So today you can see some monks over there still practice that place. So this temple, except for this pagoda, is original looks. But the other building is quite new, several hundred years old. Yeah. So we talked about the Buddhism. We have been to the Fame Temple. Went to the Fame Temple yesterday, right? Fame Temple. So in Xi'an, just in Xi'an, about 18 Buddhist temple, lots. So in Xi'an has two churches: Christianity Church and a Catholic Church. Yeah. And last night we visited, Jumptown Muslims culture. Over there is the Great Mosque. That's a major activities of the local Muslims. So you notice all the guys wearing the white curve, That means minority nationalities. Chinese people call them as Hui people. Hui in Chinese means go home. Also home think, because do you know the Genghis Khan, he conquered the Middle East, some Arabic countries. That time lots of Arabic people followed him and came to China and married with the Chinese people. So their looks like the Chinese, but there is a mixed blood. You know what I mean? Mixed blood. So last night, do you remember we met a guys? He looks like Mr. Chen. We met a guys on nearby the Jumptown. A waiter, a restaurant looks like the foreigners. Yeah, you look careful. Their hairs. It's a little bit different from the real Han people. So very interesting. Also, most of the Muslims in Xi'an took on the food selling. Selling the food. Their food is very famous. Yeah. So that's the reason last night over there the food street. Food street. Yeah. So the Hui people. So because we came to China, so they missed their hometown very much. So Chinese people called them as a Hui people, homesick people. Yeah. So Hui people. But their religion is Islam. Yeah, Islam. Yeah. And also in Xi'an, there is a Taoist temple. We call it as a Eight Immortalities temple. Just only one. But you must know the Buddhism is most popular in China. Actually, Chinese culture is a mixture of the Buddhism and the Confucians. Confucians and monks. How to say that? Monks. Do you know monks? Muslim. It's a philosophy. It's a philosophy during the spring and autumn period. So about 2,600 years ago, China, in the the political life of the China was in the turmoil. 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 Yeah, turmoil. 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 So, yeah.
No,
Turmoil. So I mean, a political life of the China, it was in a turmoil. So at that time, lots of philosophers tried to find a way to solve the Chinese problem. Try to, how to say that? Try to philosophy in the harmony, restoring the society harmony. So at that time it appeared lots of philosophy, like Confucius appeared at that time. Legalism, legalism. Legalism. That these guys suggest that government China by the law, very harsh law. Yeah. So it's different philosophies that time. Especially the Confucians became more and more famous because 2,000 years ago, an emperor adopted his philosophy and governed China. So Confucius is not real religious. Yeah. Confucius, spirit emphasized on the benevolence, love. He suggests that people should love each other, and try to keep the balance of the society. Also, later he advocated, like the three obedience and the four virtues. What's the three obedience? Like the former. The lady, just for lady. The former, obedience to their father before marriage. So obedience to her husband after marriage. So also obedience to their elder son after her husband died. So. Hey, advocated lots of ideas to try to govern the ladies, try to keep the society safety, stable. So Confucius, we can see governed China almost 2,000 years old. So it's a culture root. Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
You know what's Falun Gong?
Falun Gong. Yes, I know that.
Problem here, right?
Yes, but now almost gone, disappeared. Government said that's illegal. What's the
difference? What they do?
Falun Gong is a sector of the Buddhism. But this, problem is that let me see, in 1997 or 8 something, so lots of believers of the Falun Gong, surrounded the government buildings, then to try, stop. Yeah. So the government got angry, put them down. Also, every day's news report to the Falun Gong, harm, how much harm to the people, to the people. I still remember 2000 when I visited Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a freedom of the speech. When I arrived at Hong Kong airport, a lot of guys hold the board, and there's banners, said against the Communist Party member, Communist Party, put it down how to, kill the Falun Gong believers. Also it's a political, incident. It's very interesting. But later, and the central government announced that's illegal religion.
Don't they like harvest their organs is what they call it?
Daoism. It means
What's to do if the government harvests the prisoners or
the organs? Yeah, they harvest the organs, right?
Okay, in the prison, prison, right? Jail? Prison.
Criminals.
Oh, prison.
Criminals.
Oh, prison. Yes, right. Yes, prison.
Organs like stomach,
Human organ.
liver, kidneys.
Yeah,
They cut and take out and sell on the black market.
in China.
Is it true?
That the government doesn't.
No. I never heard that, This socialist society, maybe maybe not happened, but I never know that. Like the Tiananmen Square accident, took place in 1989. A lot of guys, foreign guests said killed a lot of students at the time, when put it down, that rebellion. But in newspaper and TV, I never see that. Maybe over there, killed a lot of students, maybe. But political reason, the common people, you don't know the truth, right? Don't know the truth. So who knows that? And I have friends. Now he studied in the United States. He's a professor. He described what happened at that time. He said he witnessed some students killed. Because a lot of students blocked the way the army try to get in with a tank. So later some students were killed. So that's true. Something happened. Yeah. And very interesting. Lots about Chinese, just okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and today China, is freedom of the speech. You can see something wrong with the government. You can comment the government officials, no problem. But if you see all this in the 1960s and the 70s, you put it in the jail. If you see something wrong, the chairman Mao or some leader of the Communist Party members, you put it in the jail. But that's a serious problem. But today it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Then why did they stop the Falun Gong people? If it's okay, then why they stop the Falun Gong people?
Falun Gong, because Falun Gong, Falun Gong members. It's about let me see. That time Falun Gong members developed very quickly. It's about 30 million members all over China. I don't know the exact number, but there's truth is that the Falun Gong members is more than the Communist Party member. Communism also just in the 2 or 3 years, developed quickly, running very quickly. So some people said maybe the Communist Party member are afraid of this, power, this group power. So they try to stop that. Yeah. So also, Falun Gong believers, especially took place in Beijing. A lot of people, hold the food and sitting nearby the government building, whole day and whole night. Some guys fight themselves in the Tiananmen Square, So that's real happened, the place, over there. So it affected, government work. So that maybe I think that's the reason. But the other religion groups, in China, a lot of religion groups. If you don't, don't if you don't affect the government, or job work, it's okay. You can exist. But if you involve the political, life, that's a problem, real problem. Yeah. So anyway, it's in China, it's a Communist Party. It's a major party. It's a legal party. There's the other 8 parties totally. Yeah. Democratic, party. But their position is just, is assistant, Communist Party. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, quite close to the Big White Goose Pagoda. And here you can see some of the town. This time actually, you see a lot of buildings, the town architecture style. Do you remember Farming Temple yesterday? Over there, that's a typical town style, town architecture style. So now you can't compare, but if you visit Beijing, it's clear to compare different. So some people said, you want to see the 3,000 years old of the China, Xi'an is a good place, and 600 years old Beijing, 100 years old of China, Shanghai, yeah, 50 years old is Shenzhen, yeah, it's a different place, yeah, different place. Also, in these temples, there lived famous monks, the most famous monk in Chinese history. Do you know the Monkey King?
I'm sorry,
Monkey King. Yeah, his masters used to live here.
Okay.
Live here. The most famous. That's dramatic stories, but the master's true person.
The Monkey King?
Monkey King, yeah.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, the call is doing good.
What's funny, Sibyl?
Rome got a call long distance from Singular.
Oh, yeah?
From Singular.
Thank you.
That's cracking me up. It's not anything important from fucking Singular. Oh, my
In the middle of China, huh? They're trying to sell you a new, bill.
Singular trying to sell you some shit.
No. I called them earlier. I couldn't check my voicemail. That's checking if it's okay now. They said they're gonna give me reimbursements.
Goddamn move! Run this motherfucker over. They think they owns the street here, man. They should think she's so cool too.
Most of the lady in the back side is good. Yeah. I don't even think before her also.
She's like, how dare you?
Move it, dumbass.
She's like, how dare you? How dare
How
you
dare
drive
you? I
here?
look so cool. Why you want me to move? I'm cool here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, follow our flank. Let's go. Take a look. That time, no plane, no bus, by walk. He walked about 50,000 kilometers. Walked along the Silk Road. And last he got to India. He stayed over there 11 years. Just a week time, it spent about 3 years. That time he fled from the capital and to India. Why he fled to the India? Because he wanted to get the real spirit of the Buddhism. During the Tang Dynasty, China opened. Lots of foreign people came to China. Most of people started believing in the Buddhism, but about the Buddhist scripture, different translation confused the believers. So he decided to go to the India to get the real Buddha, real spirit of the Buddhist scripture. So that's the reason go to the India for study. In my word, for study. So he went to India, stayed over there 11 years. When he came back, he brought lots of Buddhist scripture and statues. In the back of the pagoda, you can see new completed museum, right? Looks like that's a complex, quite new. Inside, preserved some books and inscriptions brought from India. And this monk is most famous in Chinese history. When he came back, the emperor of the Tang Dynasty held the great ceremony to welcome his return. So he enjoyed a high reputation in the Chinese history. Because in India he studied so good, so well. So even the king of the India asked him stay in India. as a premier, as officials, but he refused, this demand and decided to go back to China. So when he came back to China, because his high reputation, so famous, emperors knew his name through the diplomatic way. So invited him here as a must. During the Tang Dynasty, this temple is royal temple. So he stayed here and in charge of the translating the Buddhist scripture he brought from India. And later he died, because he worked hard, is single, never married during his lifetime, never married. So when he died, he was buried nearby the Museum of the Terracotta Warriors. It's not far from the capital. So emperors so upset, so sad for his death. So later removed his tomb in the faraway the capital. Until today, we don't know where he was buried. So legend said his remains, held by his disciples all over the China. So when he returned from India, he wrote a book. This book, Journey to the West. In his book, mentioned the Silk Road and described India history. So this book still is a valuable date to study the India history. Even some history documentary couldn't find it in India, but in his book, witnessed described that. So still is a valuable date to study India history and Silk Road history. And why we call this pagoda as a big white goose pagoda? Why the big goose pagoda? Because there's about the name from different saints. Because this pagoda built in the 7th century from today, 1,300 years old. So no one knew the name from. But several legend about this pagoda's name has several saints, several legend. The first, legend said when this monk stayed in India, that time, Buddhism had two major sects. One is Mahayana, another Hinayana. Mahayana believers are vegetarians, but Hinayana is non-vegetarians. One day, all the monks in a Hinayana temple, non-vegetarians, felt so hungry, no food to eat, no meat to buy. So their master worried about their disciples' food. So he signed in the sky, you can imagine, and signed looking at the sky and signed a moment to himself, almost say, Buddha, we are so hungry, I'd like some food. That time a flock of the goose flew over him, where fell down. So the front where fell down and died. So he was so excited to pick it up, and boiled it, cooked it, and shared with the other monks. After meal, these monks thought it's funny, it's very interesting. I just wanted the food coming like the free lunch, So he thought this goods saved all the monks' life. So appreciate these goods so much. So built the pagoda on the dead goods site. So named it as the White Goods Pagoda. After that, all the monks in Hinayana changed to the Mahayana, changed to vegetarians. So this monk studied major in the Mahayana during stay in India. So he gave the same name. When he returned from India, he asked for the emperors build this pagoda for storing Buddhist scripture and statue. So the first pagoda designed by himself, but it's more India style. It's not harmony. It looked not harmony with the other Chinese buildings, Chinese architectures. So this pagoda fell down about 50 years later. So exactly in 704, that first pagoda site built this pagoda. So this pagoda is more Chinese. Yeah. And this first legend. Second legend said why we call it as a White Goose Pagoda, because when this monk went to the India, on the way to the India, maybe in the Gobi Desert, he got lost. That time a goose led him to the right place, saved his life. So he appreciated this goose so much, so named it as a Goose Pagoda. Goose Pagoda is a second story. So today we really don't know the name come from. We just guess. The third one said, in the Sanskrit, ancient language of the India, Sanskrit, and the pagoda, named as a goose. The goose, because the base of the pagoda looks like the goose shape. It's a goose pagoda. So when this monk returned from India, another monk, Tom monk, went to India by the sea, by the ship. So when he came back, brought lots of stuff in souvenir and books, statues. So he had another pagoda built in another place, another temple. So natives saw this pagoda as bigger than the smaller one. So it's a big White Goose Pagoda and a small White Goose Pagoda. And about 600 years ago, a famous novelist rewrite a novel based on this monk's history experience. So in his book, the book's name is Journey to the West. In his book, it described the Monkey King and Piggy God escorted this monk to the India. But that's not true. That's a dramatic story, not true. But this monk is a true person. He's a great translator and a traveler. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is a souvenir shop. You are living in the Xi'an, so if you like the Xi'an some special souvenir, here there's some special souvenir. But the price is high. Price here is a government, place. So, but here guarantees the quality. So if you dislike something, you can refine this place. Like you buy something in the department store. So let's take a look. What's a Xi'an souvenir? Let's take a look. Yeah. So if you like, you can buy some of this place. After that, we get on the bus. We drive to the airport. We're going to have lunch over there. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yep. You can leave your stuff on the bus. Yep.
That's fine.
And here show you how to make the terracotta warriors and local, furnitures and lots of stuff.
But how to distinguish the warriors? Okay, go back to see the left side.
So how did they make them bigger?
Okay, come to the
Once they made the mold, how did they make them bigger?
Okay, this one was the fourth side, left side, left side. The first one is double knot is a generals. We have about 2 generals. It's one is Mongolian general like this, most up. It's a Chinese general like this, it's long face, long beard.
Are you having flashbacks, Jim?
It's same strike. So we call it 5 star general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-star general. The officer like that is a flag high. Yeah, he's officer. Now it's a captain. The common soldier is a single lot like that. Common soldier. Kneeling archer is a single lot. It's just different direction. This one is a kneeling archer. Here you can see we have about the left side, 3/4 side, half side, or 1/3 side. The price on include PPI insurance. We can deliver all over the world. When the transport warrior people come, that is why it's just that's like half the price. Instead of all come from the Chinese Blackwell,
Let's make it something, man.
It's been your wall there, man.
What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, hello.
Pause a little longer on the sound, especially towards the end. Focus on the finished product. All the little product has to be clear. Don't just bring it right away. You know, on the end you gotta fast and focus on the finished product. All the claws has to be. You know, you do a lot of those, and then you just. And then, you know, you can't even see like in and out. There's no detail, no pause point. You know.
Sifu, what's going on with the TV show? What's going on with the TV show?
They just want to put up a TV show.
So there's one on the 9th and possibly one tomorrow night?
What?
One on the 9th and one tomorrow night as well?
No, the nicest one's on the 9th.
Huh?
On the 9th.
And then one tomorrow night, you said, right? That's just a regular TV show?
Just kind of like a local news.
Oh, I see.
We like the local news.
We're going to go to their station?
Probably go to like a Fushan news station.
Cool.
He's my seed guy, you know. He's studying with my dad. About 19, 18
That means older brother.
Huh?
He's your older brother?
He's my younger brother.
Oh, Sidai.
I'm the most senior, even a lot of people older than me. They're all my seed guy. Only a handful of people actually above me, like Tom Bo, like Tom. Tom is above me. He's studying my dad way before I even born.
We can arrange that for you.
He-
He only knows Tai Chi.
Huh?
He says he only knows
He forgot everything. He hasn't been practicing for like 20 years. 20 years, you don't really know.
You were one of your dad's first students? You were one of your dad's first students?
No.
That's just that you practiced so long.
那个王先生，那头是李总啊，这个以前在便利店，就说你需要啥的，你跟他说一下，就是这头嘛，就是你需要啥的，你跟他说一下。你那个那个啥，假如那边那个玉店那边地方啊，那个谁需要，就说你太太你那个啥需要跟他说一下就行了，好吧？
Most of the time, you tell people like, who's the master in Chinese culture, they always expect the teacher is old. You know, that's why like when they see you like a real young teacher, they don't think you know shit.
That's why I said like Bruce Lee, like Jackie Chan.
They laughing at you like, this kid? Like, you gotta be like 60 something. And they starting to earn respect, you know.
Oh my gosh, you know, that day I asked your Sifu, you know, is younger 1 year than me, you know. Wow, great. Oh my gosh, I said, you did a great job.
He comes to me and
Teacher,
says,
Sifu,
what this means? I say, can you read? He say, yeah, white dragon. What? I say, white dragon. He said, where? Here? I said, no, in San Francisco. I said, oh. And then he says, good. He says, good. And then we go, no. I said, I tell him that you're the seafood. Seafood? And he said, oh, like Bruce
that
Lee,
kid is too
like
young.
Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan,
Yeah. What he said is right. Lots of Chinese people expected
Yeah.
teachers elder looks like, you know,
Yeah, the
experience.
long beard and yes.
Right.
Americans just expect effectiveness. That's all we care about.
Yeah, right.
So Like Microsoft, they don't care if their programmers come in cut off shorts, long beards, and tennis shoes. They don't care as long as it works. Yeah.
This chair is comfortable, huh? This chair is comfortable.
Yeah.
Tired, Sibyl?
Yeah.
Tired?
Not really. Kind of a little bit excited too. I can't wait to get back to South, you know. I have enough North just now. No excitement here
Yeah.
to me. You see a lot of culture South where I can pull a lot of shit off, you know. I can go here, go there, see this, see that. Like,
That's more exciting to me.
it's way more. That's where the culture is. It's more like people living in Arkansas here, and you can go to New York City. Two different places, you know.
Yeah.
Go to New York City with
All the action is. That's where all the history is made, actually. The modern history, you know. That's all the trends are set.
Very popular, but it was enamel. Used to be enamel. Yeah, that's food carriers. Oh yeah. It's for food.
Yeah, it's for food.
Yeah, we had those.
So in Asian time, some rich.
It's just broken English.
Oh, it's broken?
It's just broken.
Like what? Give me an example.
Round.
Right?
It's more of a slang, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying kind of.
Like if you're in Jamaica, you say, how are you? What is that?
What's up, man?
Work on.
Huh?
Work on.
So that's
What's
good.
going on? You know.
We're going.
Work on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Work on.
Yeah. Work on.
Work on, man.
Yeah.
So it's they speak English over there.
Yeah. Or it's the same. What's happening?
Huh?
Yeah, maybe in the future is it?
So they have a little dinner or something.
He's trying to get some patois.
Yeah.
So he wants to say have a little dinner. It probably would be like have some food, but
Have some food, though.
yeah, something, yeah, crazy
Well,
stuff.
can you guys talk a little bit Jamaican? Like, let me hear what it sounds like.
Like he wants to know we talk Jamaican, but you know it's like
It's like broken English. So it's like if I were going to ask him, where are you going? Where you go? Where you go?
there you go.
Well,
Where you go? Where you go?
Can you guys just have like a small conversation?
It's hard. It's hard.
You got to get in the spirit of it, right?
Yeah. And
It's a flow. You know.
like, all right, like say, boy, how the trip go, man? Cool? You love a trip?
It's all right, man.
All right, cool. Yeah. I love a trip, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna tell mama and all that, you know.
It's kind of hard. You know?
It's a little patois.
It's more like if you have a group and everybody's speaking, then everybody gets in that mood. But just to think of things to say doesn't work in your
but
brain.
can every Jamaican guy understand English?
Yes.
Yeah. Every Jamaica, English is a standard language, right? So
But I don't think every Americans understand Jamaican language.
No, it's like,
because
it's
it's
like
not-
Pidgin
it's not-
English in Hawaii.
if
It's English.
if four of us are Jamaican and are at a party talking rapidly in patois, it's very hard for you to understand. In fact, a lot of like my children, their girlfriend or boyfriends, or my brothers, daughters have their boyfriends come around. When we start talking, they just stand up and listen and they can't understand most of it. Yeah, because it's tough. It's broken English. It's like patois, you know, pidgin English. Yeah.
It's like implied meanings, right? Use a lot of implied meanings.
So often you use the F word. Jamaica be Ross, man. Ross.
Ross.
Ross. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Ross, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
You ever heard the Peter Tosh song about Boom McLeod, Ross Cloud?
That's like their freedom song now.
Oh, Ross, gone. Ross.
See, I should have told him that. No, he's gonna walk up to Jamaica. Ross wrong.
What's wrong with you, man?
You see,
What's wrong, man?
if somebody does something to you, like, and you guys would say, don't fuck with me, right?
Right.
And the Jamaican guy would say, mind your ass, lad.
Mind your Ross business.
Yeah.
Mind your Ross business. Mind your Ross business.
Or if they want to just tell you, get out of your bumble club.
Yeah.
Huh?
Your bumble club.
It's Bumbleclaw. Bumbleclaw Ross. Bumbleclaw Ross, man.
It means nothing.
It insults.
So we've been up here too long, Seafood.
Huh?
We have been up here too long.
How many years have you been living in the state?
82, 24. Non-stop, yeah.
39 for me.
39?
Yeah.
So you were here before Basil?
Oh yeah, long before.
How did you get him over here? Or?
No.
He came over longer than I.
I came to go to school.
Yeah.
You came here to come to school?
Yeah.
He went to school.
I went to school at home. Yeah.
Well-educated Jamaican, you know.
We pride ourselves on the British education system. Very good.
I need to go to school one of those days, you know, really get a little bit of education, you know.
Yeah, you got a lot of education.
So this is education right here.
Yes, you will get a little bit more learning, but you got a lot of education. Yeah.
Different kind of education.
That's right. Yeah. And there are a lot of guys who go through school, go through universities, and to tell you the truth, I don't even want to deal with them because they don't have any
common sense.
Yeah, no common sense, no smarts, nothing. Man, if you're busted, you pay for it, you know.
Put dry flowers. Yeah, dry flowers, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
What did Colin Powell say, man?
Fresh flowers and pools.
You break it, you own it.
You own it,
That's what they're trying to do, like a Dallas, how they set them up. You touch also like a field from fell out, all I hear is a 300 yards. I go into a store like this, I don't touch anything. Yeah, you touch all of a sudden like a falling apart, you know. It's yours now. Pay for the full price. Asking price, 9,000 yuan.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This is walnuts.
Huh?
This is walnuts.
No, this is a tree.
All walnuts.
Huh?
Yes.
Walnuts cut in half.
Yes, cut in half.
See,
Oh,
here is
really?
walnuts wood. Walnuts. So very fragrant. Say, wow.
Oh, shit. How do you say what the fuck?
Give very good.
Ross, man.
Ross, man. Ross, man.
Oh, black clouds.
Ross, man. Black cloud. Ross, man.
Give very good deal. Give very good. Okay. Give it a pass. Give it this.
No, I just happen to know some. You have this one? No, you come up No. I hear you when you're the Jamaican thing. You use one of them.
Pure silk.
Oh, I don't want to look at another silk carpet today. It's too tempting.
I mean, you need to compare, man.
No,
Compare, man.
Look at Alan over there. This is Alan. The same exact look like Alan. Chinese Alan. This one look like a Nick out the field beer. He's not going anywhere. Oh, that's what the original one. They actually supposed to be hold on to the arrow or something.
it 18 karat or 14 karat?
Okay, you just take a look and now too.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
They think you're a traveling black king, man.
Nice carpets behind there, man.
Too nice, huh?
67,000.
Oh yeah, I should go get one, huh?
One is father, one is son.
Every time we ask for
Yeah. Now you get in the spirit of it. You get in the spirit of it, Jeff.
Get a what?
You're feeling the spirit of it.
Spirit.
Yeah, the energy of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the chi of it, you know?
Okay.
I like this. This is good. You see that, and it connects.
You know, to make this, you that too, it need a very enough patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make this.
Oh no, I carve myself.
Really?
Yeah. In America, I mostly do. And he does it just with a tool. I use a bandsaw.